Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to Daily 2A News. The people of Illinois have really had it tough. With things like the FOID card and other anti-Second Amendment regulations, they just have a hard time practicing their Second Amendment rights. Well, as if that wasn't bad enough, now it looks like the governor of Illinois has signed another bill into law to restrict people even further. So let's talk about it. This video is brought to you by Hits Arms and the Hits Arms Laser Training Bullet. Train in the comfort of your own home without wasting costly and hard-to-find ammunition. This laser training bullet is the best I've used, with nickel plating, a cutout on the head stamp for both single and double action, and a precise laser available in a multitude of calibers. With a soft rubber striking surface, practice safely without damage to your firearm. Become a better shooter with the Hits Arms Laser Training Bullet. Check out my website for more information, link down below, and don't forget to use the discount code dailyshooter. Again, that's dailyshooter for 15% off. So what we're going to be talking about today is a new bill that the governor signed, which revolves around extreme risk protection orders, otherwise known as red flag laws. Illinois already has red flag laws. I've mentioned it in the past, and we've talked about it for quite a while. Red flag laws are a very slippery slope, and they're proving it in this instance. So what do you do if you are the people that pass these red flag laws and you notice that, well, they're just not being used enough? You were really hoping that more people's Second Amendment rights would be stripped away without due process than actually are. So what do you do if you want to expand the number of people that would be affected by these red flag laws? Well, you do what the governor did and pass this bill. So what this bill does is, believe it or not, and this is going to be taxpayer funded, it creates a commission to educate the public on extreme risk protection orders. So they want to educate you on how you can restrict somebody else of their Second Amendment rights, who is it applicable towards, who can actually file one, how you do it, how do you go through the whole process. It's basically like a school for how to file a red flag order against somebody. That's what they have done here. So this bill, again, sets up a commission for education of red flag orders to those people who can file for them. So try and keep in mind, when it comes to these red flag laws, the person who's being accused of being an extreme risk doesn't even get to defend themselves until after the fact. So they don't even know that all this stuff is going on until after all their property has been seized and they've been removed of their Second Amendment rights, in which case, after they've essentially been found guilty, then they can fight for their rights to be restored. But they have to go through that entire process, they have to pay for everything, and because it's in civil court, they're not provided an attorney. So if you can't afford an attorney, you have to represent yourself, and that doesn't usually work out very well. So you have somebody who is, allowed to apply for that extreme risk protection order. They come in, they fill out an affidavit. Maybe it's, somebody who's vindictive. Maybe it's completely legitimate. Either way, they come in, they fill out that affidavit. That affidavit goes before a judge. They look at whatever evidence was provided to them, and then they decide whether or not to relieve somebody of their Second Amendment rights and their Second Amendment property without due process. After law enforcement shows up at your door and take everything away from you, and they tell you, hey, you can't own, transfer, keep, sell, use any one of these tools for the next 6 months. Now, after that point, then you get to go and you get to defend yourself in this civil court to try and prove after the fact that you're not a risk. Now, I love when people say, well, it's really only family and law enforcement and these people that can apply for those types of orders. I don't know about you guys, but I've seen some pretty crazy families out there, some pretty vindictive families out there who will do just about anything to another member of their family just to prove a point. So it's not to say that just because somebody is a family member that they won't abuse this system. It's already been shown to have been abused in the past. There was a case in Colorado where I believe it was like an ex-girlfriend or ex-wife ended up filing a protection order against somebody. She, thankfully, in this particular case, ended up going to jail, but still, it's been used against people in a vindictive way in the past. So we know that it has the potential to happen again. And so by educating, is what they call it, educating people about the process and how to file one of these against somebody else, really what they're doing is, if you remove the word educate, this commission is there to educate people about the process. What it's there to do in reality is to promote the process. It's not about education. I mean, if somebody's really worried about somebody and somebody's really, curious what they can do because they're they're legitimately concerned, they can simply go online and they can Google search it. These days, anybody can do that. You can do it from your phone, from your computer, and they can find out about this stuff. This commission is there to promote the use of red flag laws. They didn't like the fact that it wasn't being used enough, and so now they've created a commission through this bill that the governor signed to promote the use of extreme risk protection orders, again, stripping people of their Second Amendment rights without due process. So again, it's a slippery slope. More and more states are getting these red flag laws, and hopefully one day there'll be somebody out there who is wise enough to see that this is a problem, and we can maybe overturn it up at the Supreme Court. But until then, we just got to stop these cases individually from happening. So I want to let you guys know what's going on. It's absolutely ridiculous, but I want to thank you all very much for watching. If you haven't done so, please hit that subscribe button. Please like this video if you wouldn't mind, and have a great day.